Hey, sports fans, it's Larry Eder with RunBlogRun. This is the epilogue to Socialing the Distance featuring Des Linden. I love Des Linden. She's just fun. She's a tough racer. She likes to put it all on the line. She has the respect of serious athletes. She has the admiration of citizen runners. She's just a likable person. And I just spent 35 minutes with her, asking every question that crossed my mind. Just so you know, I follow the Lenten method of interviewing. Lenten method is named after Brian Lenton, who is a rather eccentric Australian writer that I've never met person to person, but we corresponded, and I worshipped his books back in the late 70s and early 80s. He was a friend of Rob DeCostella's and let me see and understand and appreciate the Australian running scene. And he did not believe in having preordained questions. He would kind of go with the flow. But he added something to the conversation, which was a 6-pack of an adult beverage that he would share with the interviewee. Among those was Ron Clark, Sir Roger Bannister. Not sure if Sir Roger Bannister popped one with him, but I'm pretty sure Ron Clark did. And Brendan Foster, and I have these books of interviews through the tape. They are just glorious. And sometime I'll ask Brian about letting us put some of these things up online because they are absolutely amazing. So I have digressed, but you guys expect that. Anyway, so now you know my method of interviewing. So I started out with Des with the 2011 race. Why wouldn't you start there? It was a race where she took second in Boston, and people went absolutely apeshit over her performance. And she smiled a little bit and just talked about how she told herself that she'd get to 20 miles, and if she could get to 20 miles, then it could be a race after that. And she battled it to the very, very end. I think she ran the last mile like 5:18. It was insane. 2:22 performance there. Des talked about how much she enjoyed cross country and how cross country is pretty cool because it's not about the time, it's about how you're racing against someone else. I got to ask her about being coached by Walt Drenth, and it sounds like a very good relationship and a nice coach-athlete relationship as well. And we talked about training during the time of COVID. She's being in one workout a day, and then she's reading books and spending time with her husband and grinding some coffee for him. And we'll get the link up for their coffee company. In a typical non-pandemic week, she's doing somewhere between 120 and 130 miles a week. Before the trials, she was up to 130, feeling really good. And our discussion about the trials, Des said that she gave it everything she could. And for that level of fitness, she was pretty happy with it. She's open to races over this fall and winter, but, you know, she's a marathoner, and there's not going to be much out there right now. And we talked a little about doping, whereabouts tests, which she says, you know, she's trying to give people a break. You should be able to handle it, but things come up. And I think that's just typical of Des Linden, is that she is pretty straightforward, and she believes that you got to see both sides of the story. But she's a gutty performer. I've got to see her run cross country, run the 10 on the track, and I've seen, I think, everyone but one marathon performance. I look forward to seeing her again. I asked her also to describe various courses and describe various athletes she's competed with. That was a lot of fun, too. So thank you, Des Linden, and enjoy Charlevoix, Michigan for the rest of the summer. This is Larry Eder with RunBlogRun, and this is Socialing the Distance featuring Des Linden. Talk to you soon.